Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. So, my name is Javin J.D. Sarahena, and I'm going to discuss the belief and religion of Brunei.
Saya buat dulu ialah menjaga dikuasaan jemaah
The
lelaki.
belief and religion
Artinya
of
di
Brunei.
sini tempat utama orang sembahyang.
Brunei's population is
Kiai,
predominantly
Buddha,
Sunni
menyapu,
Muslim,
mana-mana
although the
masjid,
Chinese
dan
usually
melakukan
follow
ibadah.
Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, or Christianity.
Lepas itu yang keduanya,
Some of the indigenous people are
kebiasaan orang
Christian,
luar,
while
orang
others
di
follow their
masyarakat
own
salah
local
satu
religions.
termasuk
The small Southeast Asian nation of Brunei is located on the northern coast of island of Borneo. The country covers a total area of 5,765 square kilometers and has a population of around 423,196 individuals. Islam is a Brunei's official religion. According to the CIA World Factbook, 78.8% of the country's population adhere to Islam. Christians and Buddhists account for 8.7% and 7.8% of the total population, respectively. Believers in other religions make up 4.7% of Brunei's population. Islam was popularized in Brunei in the 15th century when a Malay Muslim came to power in the region. The Sultan took every step to promote the religion, and soon most of the subjects of his kingdom adopted the religion. Even today, the Sultan of Brunei upholds the religious values of Islam. Many of the country rulers have used the oil revenues to promote Islam, build grand mosques, and provide Hajj pilgrimage at subsidized rates to its citizens. In 1959, the constitutions of country came into force and made Islam the country's state religion. In 2014, the Sultan of Brunei even announced his intention to implement the Sharia law in the country. Christianity is one of the most popular minority religions in the country. Both Protestant Roman Catholics live in Brunei. 3 Roman Catholic parishes exist in the country. Most Buddhists in Brunei adhere to the Mahayana school of Buddhism. A small percentage of the population also practices Taoism, Confucianism, Islam, Hinduism, and some traditional religions. Although the constitutions of Brunei thus allow some degree of religious freedom to non-Muslim religious communities of the country, the government has imposed several restrictions of non-Islamic religious practices in the country. Although Islamic instruction are allowed to be taught in school, teachings of other religions are not allowed. Muslims are discouraged from learning about other religions, but Islam is promoted in the country. Through the numerous government policies, interfaith marriages, especially between a Muslim and non-Muslim, are not permitted in Brunei. The public celebration of non-Islamic festival is banned by law. Any activity that attracts the attention of the Muslim citizens of the country towards other religion is strictly punishable by law. Apostasy is a crime that can lead to the capital punishment.
Okay, good morning once again. My name is Jeremy Kalnantok and I will be discussing about the heritage of Brunei. So, don't you know that Brunei is famous for its gorgeous mosques and architecture? Sila jud ang pinaka-daghan og mosque all over around Southeast Asia. So, the first one is Omar Ali Saifuddin. So, this mosque holds the title as the largest mosque in central Bandar, Seri Bigawan. It is an artificial lagoon surrounds Omar Ali, acting as a reflecting pool, giving it a mirror image. Adding to its opulence, a replica of a royal barge sits inside the pool. So ang kanin siya nga mosque is ma-visualize gid nimo through the picture kay kung unsa siya pag-build, kung unsa ka amazing ang ilahang mosque kay makita-an gid nimo nga nakapalibot siya sa tubig ba sa river, and then naay siya mosque or kanang gamay nga building nga top of the water siya. So it's amazing, of course. So the next one is the Royal Regalia Museum. So it is located at the center of the Bandar Seri Begawan, a home of the royal family. It is an important museum in regard to the history of Brunei, where it depicts the life of the Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah and the history of his rule. So diri ang museum is kanang diri nagapuyo ang mga royal family, and then dako siya og impact sa culture or sa tradisyon sa Brunei. The next heritage is the Istana Narul Iman. It is a palace of the light and faith. It serves as the seat of the government of Brunei. It also said to be one of the most expensive palaces ever built, with cultural significance, as it holds one of the biggest celebrations of Eid al-Fitr every year. So, ang kanon siya nga palace, guys, as you can see in the picture, makita niyo kung unsa siya ka hawd ang pagbuhat ani kanang makita niyo kung mura siya village composed of different houses or palaces nga nakabuo, which is diri nagapuyo ang mga government, murag kumbaga office of the president, office of the unsa pa ba diha nga mga tao. And then the next one is we have Jeradum Park. So kung sa Pilipinas or sa Malita naantay fishing village, dito anapod sila village. And that okay, so proceed ta sa ikaupat nga most heritage or best heritage sa Brunei, and that is Jeradum Park. So kung sa Pilipinas daghan tag mga park diri sa Brunei is naapod sila, and it is number 9 nga pinaka most visited places sa Brunei. So it is an amusement park located in Jeradum. It is known as the water park along with numerous rides, making it one of the largest theme park in Southeast Asia. So imagine theme park siya and then largest palyud all around Southeast Asia. So ang ilahang makita nimo sa picture kung unsa kanindot ang ilahang park kay daghang rides, makita nimo nga nakapalibot siya ba, and then in the middle kay naay water, like hindot siya kanang mesmerizing siya siguro tan-awon or i-visit. So if you guys want to visit, go ahead, char lang. The last one is the Kampung Ayer. So kung sa Malita guys, natay village, and that is fishing village. Sa Brunei is napod sila village, and that is called Kampung Ayer. So it is located at Bandar Seri Begawan. It is the world's largest and oldest water village. The entire settlement is on water, and the buildings are built on stilts on Brunei River, making it popular as the Venice of the East. So imagine guys, grabe. Ang sa picture pa lang makita niyo kung unsa kanindot ang ilahang village niya. Na-consider pa gid siya as oldest and then largest sa Southeast Asia, di ba? Ang mga balay or different structures or infrastructures is na-built siya, ang iyahang foundation is nasa ilalim sa tubig, and then nahimo siyang like sa taas, makita nimo ang view kung unsa kanindot ang Kampung Ayer. And then isa siya sa heritage sa Brunei nga kanang daghan ka visit, and then daghan naka-appreciate all over the world. So that's conclude my part. I will give the floor to the next reporter. Thank you.
So good day everyone, my name is Aileen Hayana, and I will be going to discuss about the laws and customs of Brunei. So Brunei is a tiny nation with a formidable set of laws and customs operating under the Sharia law. So Brunei is under the Sharia law. The Islamic Sultanate has strict rules in line with its deeply held reverence of religion. So travelers to Brunei are expected to follow rules closely, with a few exceptions made for foreign visitors. So first we have buying of 17 have a generous duty-free allowance. You can bring 2 liters of liquor or 12 cans of beer into the country every 48 hours. Just fill in the customs form at the airport and keep it with you at all times in case of inspection. So na-check ka ng form para para dili ka madakpan dito sa Brunei kay gina-strict ang pagbaligya og alcohol. Next, we have the close proximity law. It is against the law in Brunei for men and women who are blood relatives or married to be alone together. So this is the same as some countries in the Middle East, including the Saudi Arabia. This only really applies to the Bruneian Muslim. Tapos, kaya siya na siya punishment if makita nga naguban ng men and women na dili sila relatives. Na sila punishment. So another we have adultery. Committing adultery is a big no. It is considered illegal in Brunei and can carry an archaic punishment such as stoning to death. So pwede sila masentence sa kamatayon if ever na ma-prove na adultery. So this law is unlikely to affect tourists unless it is involved in Bruneian or a Muslim. So next we have unmarried couples sharing a hotel room. So diri sa Brunei ginabawal ang ingon ani. So both proximity and adultery laws make it illegal in Brunei for unmarried couples to share a hotel room. So ginabawal siya dito. Next we have the LGBT. Sadly, ginabawal po siya sa Brunei. Kay ang Brunei under siya sa Sharia law. Homosexuality is strictly illegal in Brunei. Even if it's consensual, it's still against the law. In recent years, the Sultanate has come under the scrutiny for wanting to punish those found guilty with death. So, with this punishment into death. However, it is still unclear what the status as 2018 and how it will be affect non-citizen. And lastly, eating Ramadan. During fasting month, it is illegal in Brunei for anyone to eat, drink, and smoke in public. Muslim residents could face severe reprimands for breakfast without a convincing reason. So, ginabawal dito sa public na magkaon ka basta during sa month of Ramadan. So that
Go.
So the laws and custom will be discussed by the next reporter.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the continuation about law and costume in Dubai. We have here the pornography. As with the most Muslim countries, possession and contribution of pornography is strictly illegal in Brunei. The definition of criteria vary depending on who you ask. And might something that a bikini selfie in Maldives might be considered as pornographic. The whole concept of sex in Brunei is very different to Europe and West. Just be careful and mindful of your picture and on Facebook and Instagram. Next is saying negative things about Sultan. The technical terms of defamation of royal family as a crime is lese majeste. And lese majeste is illegal in Brunei. Saying or sharing anything unfavorable about the Sultan or prince in crime, doesn't matter how you feel about the Sultan of Brunei. Keep any opinion to yourself. Next is drug. Where almost every country bans certain drugs, Brunei is on a certain different level. Possessions of usually meet a mandatory death sentence. And believe it or not, having everyday over the counter of prescription medication might be illegal in Brunei too. Double and triple check everything before a trip in the same way as would before visiting Dubai and the Middle East. Next is overstaying visa. In 2018, nationalities from 55 countries enjoy visa-free access to the Sultanate. According to governor in UK, anyone overstaying the visa faces strict penalties depending on the reasons and circumstances. Punishment can range from a fine or short prison sentence to caning. The last one is Christmas. Yes, you read it correctly. In the sense, Christmas is illegal in Brunei. December 25 isn't holiday and isn't against the law to put decoration up in public. Christmas can attend church and celebrate in private, but need to notify the authorities. The sultans believe access and open celebration might undermine the rules of Islam in Brunei.
So now, let's talk about the language of Brunei Darussalam. So what is the official language of Brunei Darussalam? The 1959 Constitution of Brunei regards Malay as the official language of the country. It is used for most official purposes, in courts and as a medium of instruction in schools. Just like Philippines, Brunei also used English as an important foreign language spoken in the country. So, Brunei recognizes 5 indigenous minority groups inhabiting the country. These ethnic groups speak their own languages, namely Lunbawang, Tutong, Bisaya, Bilait, and Duson. So next is let's practice how to introduce ourselves in Malay. When I say nama saya, this means my name is, just like this example. Nama saya Isabel. This tells my name is Isabel. Next is umur saya tahun. Umur saya tahun means I am just like for example, I am umur saya 14 tahun. This means I am 14 years old. Next is saya tinggal di. Saya tinggal di means I live in or I live at. Just like for example, saya tinggal di Philippines. This means I live in Philippines. And last, saya lahir pada. When I say saya lahir pada, I was born on. Just like for example, saya lahir pada 2 December. Saya lahir pada 2 December. So let's proceed. Let's count in Malay. 0 means kosong, 1 means satu, 2 means dua, 3 means tiga, 4 means empat, 5 means lima, 6 means enam, 7 means tuho, and 8 means lapan, and 9 means sembilan. Let's count from 0 to 9. Kosong, satu, dua, tiga, empat, lima, enam, tuho, lapan, sembilan. That's it, and I hope you've learned from me.
Hello everyone, I am Cecily Maya Sunsing, and I am tasked to report about the history of Brunei Darussalam and its rich culture. And at this moment, I am welcoming you all to explore the beautiful country of Brunei Darussalam. So Brunei Darussalam means abode of peace. Brunei is derived from the Arabic word Baruna, and Darussalam is Arabic for abode of peace. The name Brunei or Darussalam reflects the country's Islamic heritage and its aspiration for peace. Brunei is believed to have originated from the name of a local Malay tree, while Darussalam was chosen to emphasize the nation's commitment to being an abode of peace based on the Islamic principles. The name was officially adopted when the country gained full independence from British protection in 1984. So now let's proceed to the history of Brunei Darussalam or the historical evolution of Brunei Darussalam. Brunei Darussalam is located on the island of Borneo in the Southeast Asia. Brunei's early history was shaped by Hindu-Buddhist empires in Southeast Asia before the advent of Islam in the 15th century. So these cultural influences laid the foundation for the region's societal and political structures. The Bruneian Empire reached its pinnacle in the 16th century under the rule of Sultan Bolkiah. So this era marked a period of significant cultural and economic flourishing, establishing Brunei as a notable power in the region. So the European powers, including the Spanish and Portuguese, engaged with Brunei during the height of its empire. So this contact influenced trade and diplomatic relations, adding a global dimension to Brunei's historical narrative. And in the 19th century, facing challenges such as piracy, Brunei ceded territories to the British in exchange for protection. So this marked a shift in the geopolitical landscape as Brunei began to align with British interests. And then by the late 19th century, Brunei officially became a British protectorate. So this colonial association brought changes in governance and administration, influencing the trajectory of Brunei's development under British influence. And in the early 20th century, witnessed a transformative moment for Brunei with the discovery of oil. So this discovery revolutionized the country's economy, setting the stage for modern development and altering Brunei's position in the global economic landscape. And the Japanese occupied the region during World War II, disrupting the established order. However, the British regained control over the war, reinstating colonial authority. And finally, Brunei gained independence from British rule in 1984, marking a pivotal moment in its history. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah assumed the rule of the reigning monarch, ushering in a new chapter for Brunei as a sovereign nation. Brunei's economic trajectory shifted dramatically as it leveraged its abundant oil and natural gas resources. So this newfound wealth contributed significantly to the country's economic prosperity, enabling investments in infrastructure, education, and modernization. And then Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah's reign has seen Brunei undergo modern development, fueled by economic advancements. The country's strategic management of its natural resources has played a key role in shaping Brunei into a prosperous modern nation in Southeast Asia. And now let's proceed the culture of Brunei Darussalam. First is the Malay influence. The strong influence of Malay culture in Brunei stems from the majority of its population being of Malay descent. So this influence permeates daily life with traditional Malay costumes, clothing such as baju Melayu and baju Korong, and the Malay language serving as integral components of Bruneian identity. So this cultural connection fosters a shared heritage among Bruneians. Next is the Islamic traditions. Islam holds a central role in Brunei's cultural fabric as the official religion. So the deep integration of Islamic principles is evident in the prominence of mosques, the observance of daily prayers, and the fasting during Ramadan. So these practices contribute to a cultural environment where religious values play a significant role in shaping daily life and societal norms. Next is the traditional clothing. So the wearing of traditional Malay attire such as baju Melayu for men and baju Korong for women extends beyond mere fashion. So it becomes a cultural expression during special occasions and celebrations, reflecting not only individual style but also the cultural richness and historical heritage for the region. And next is the arts and music of Brunei people. So Brunei's cultural heritage is enlivened by traditional music and dance, often accompanied by instruments like the gambus. So this cultural expression connects contemporary Brunei with its historical roots. Additionally, the embrace of contemporary arts and the hosting of cultural events and festivals showcase the nation's dynamic and evolving cultural landscape. Next is the royal tradition. The central role of the Sultan in Brunei's culture is a testament to the country's royal tradition. Respect for the monarchy is deeply ingrained, and ceremonies and events related to the royal family are significant cultural occasions, symbolizing continuity and stability in Brunei's historical narrative. And the next is the culinary heritage. Bruneian cuisine, influenced by Malay, Chinese, and Indian flavors, serves as a culinary tapestry reflecting the nation's cultural diversity. Local delicacies like nasi katok, hambuyat, and traditional gu not only tantalize taste buds but also represents a fusion of historical influences. Next is the kampung or village life of the people of Brunei. The preservation of the traditional kampung lifestyle amid urbanization highlights the importance of close-knit communities and communal living. So this cultural practice offers a glimpse into Brunei's historical way of life, fostering a sense of belonging and shared identity among its residents. Then next is the wedding and festivals. The wedding ceremonies and the celebration of Islamic festivals are more than rituals. They are cultural expressions that bring families and communities together. So these events, marked by traditional ceremonies, feasts, and cultural activities, contribute to the vibrant and festive atmosphere of Brunei's cultural calendar. And lastly is the language. The official use of the Malay language in daily communication is more than a linguistic choice. It actively contributes to the preservation of cultural identity. The Malay language becomes a medium through which cultural values, traditions, and shared narratives are transmitted across generations, fostering a sense of continuity and belonging. So that is the end of my part. Thank you.